I wish to ask everyone, is there anybody out there that views this aspect of our society similar to me? Welcome to the Foundation for Elevation Station. This is a deep one, but I can't go that deep, as I would know that a guy like Jordan Peterson may. Jordan Peterson talks about the science behind certain Walt Disney cartoons, Pinocchio, pineal gland, and the Peter Pan type of syndrome in Peter Pan. He goes deep, unimaginably deep, where I can't even regurgitate it. But it's a certain cartoon that I've seen the significance play out in our communities, especially my communities. I see that the Charlie Brown cartoon, several scenarios that play out, depicts the question I have and the perspective I'm sharing it, seeing if anybody shares my sentiments. And my question is the perspective that, do you ever feel as though society and the programming that most have partaken up on does all it can to corner you into a place of programming, into a place of conformity, in a kind of nonchalant way and forceful ways, all in the same? I see it coming from so many different angles, but where you are slowly nudged into a level of conformity of your existence, of your life. I know I'm not alone, because since I've been young, I'm 48, and I can remember back in the late 80s, late 80s, where I noticed shaming tactics was being bred into the friends I had to influence us to have new items. You could say that it's a natural thing for us to want new things and shiny things and new clothing, but I seen the forceful nudge to program us into getting these things. If you didn't have the new Jordans, I remember they came out, you was not in the in crowd. You are not worthy of a certain social standing, and I seen it only multiply from there. I know if you lived it, you know what I'm talking about, because many people of my age range right now, they are what's called sneakerheads, and it's like it has become collector item syndrome. I don't know if Nike paid these people until a lot of our people got their own tennis shoe and they propagated the ideology and the programming so we could continue buy more and more and more to make them and their family rich. And now it's so ingrained in our programming that we do it to ourselves, we do it to our children. I remember when this type of programming didn't exist in the early 80s and 70s. Like, I can remember back to where characteristics were the programming in the community. We had culture. It wasn't any programming. It was more at the end when the brothers left. That's what they had to remove our leaders from the black communities. The black communities was around, and culture was the programming. They killed off, or excuse my language, eliminated so many of our leaders that were provocating the culture of manhood, the culture of womanhood, the culture of fighting for your rights to preserve your sovereignty as a human being. NOI did as much as they can to sector off and get the people within their core and continue to develop. They didn't venture out into the communities in an aggressive manner as they used to. So they instilled the doctoring. Oh, bad word. They instilled the culture. They fortified a culture and etched it into the soul of the members of the nation. While the people in my communities on the outside partook upon the programming that was destined for the future decades. Some of us partook upon the journey to learn the programming of college, of getting the success that was prescribed due to the current version of the Matrix. You smell me? We took on that ideology of integrating into that mode. And so many found themselves unbalanced in a world that they was trying to adjust into. Unbalanced with a connection to the culture that they had grew up and seen, and had to leave behind and assume the programming that was. I'm not speaking negatively or positively. I'm speaking about my perspective of culture, programming, Black history, the adjustment, the transition that was. I ain't meaning for this to get this deep, but all this stuff is in me. I love you. I love everyone, but I know I got special love for my people, African American people, even people that grew up and assimilated our struggles within years of living in our communities. I love you on a special level, and I'm far from racist. We have been victimized by our strength. That is the number one direction we point our struggle at, our finger at. When Black History Month, we always want to blame the white man. And, I don't even like I say Caucasian people, but we want to blame the white man. When quite specifically, I would like to point the finger at us. Is no way we could have withstood this amount of pressure if we weren't great. We are so hard-headed that we don't even notice the pain and trauma that has built up through all of these years of bondage and that has partook upon and climaxed right now. It's on us to break the program. We read the so-called Willie Lynch letter, although me myself believe that the Willie Lynch letter is probably a fabrication to wake us the hell up. That's just my guesstimation, because many things in this world I don't wholeheartedly believe as the way that it came and the way it's presented and the way it developed. Like, no. You got to look more deeply into it, because one thing agreed upon, fake, real, whatever, what have you, it is that it's supposed to produce a certain energy from the person viewing the information, the person feeling the information, feeling the experience, seeing the experience. It's supposed to produce something in us, no matter if it's real, fake, fabricated, orchestrated. You know what it is. Y'all still believe all this stuff? You probably believe NASA really made it to the moon. You probably do. You probably think the Bermuda Triangle really is just a place where stuff gets sucked up at. Instead of the place where they land all those satellites and rockets that they fake shooting up there. But anyway, that's, another story. We must seize our existence. Our limitless possibilities are at play. If we seize our existence instead of surrendering our existence, we will maintain the possibility to limitless life, abundant life. It's more than what you can, see and feel right now, unless you are all the way into my content. Because if you listen to a lot of my contents and get the gist, you would say, man, this guy is kind of similar. He got a lot of notions like Billy Carson. But I'm not on this man's level on many things, but he's not on my level on many things. A lot of things that I speak on, the perspectives, come from within my soul, my spiritual being. And he could do more to tell you about the Akashic records and this and that that's coming from me. That how I know all this stuff. I remember past lifetimes, a few of them. It's time we seize our existence and stop allowing ourselves to be programmed. See, in the Charlie Brown cartoon, I forgot. We were programmed to identify the differences in certain people, to ostracize them, to push them out in the open, to see what's different about them. See, this is the things that were done in the school system and in our personal lives also, is to identify someone that has differences. And this is one of the chief notions in the Charlie Brown cartoon. To ostracize, push that guy to the side so that he may be recognized and dealt with accordingly. Because most of us, we whether we know it or not, are assimilate to the programming. Being respectful about it, we assimilate. Your color red, they color blue, favorite color is green. It's like, where's the creativity in you? Where's the advancing, like, ideas spewing from your spirit? We need original, authentic humans that have the ability to create, the ability to adhere to a level of discipline that's rare. But I guess I'm going off track. Oh, no, I'm not. Don't assimilate into a program. Don't allow someone to label you. Don't get turned out to the many forms of addictions. Maintain your existential, if that's a word. Maintain your existential authenticity. Be real. Be you. Don't be afraid to be you. Don't be afraid to encourage your child to be them. And how do we do that? How do we do that? Well, we inspire our children to read and study. This is the overwhelming way to get our children to seek out and seize their existence. Because the more words they know, it broadens the perspective of their existence. If they don't know that many words, they can't think about the too many things. Give me some tennis shoes. Oh, it tastes good. Oh, yeah, that's all right. I like watching that too. That's going to be the circumference of their language the rest of their life. And I know many of you, that's the circumference of your thoughts too. I like hen. That, oh man, I gotta put some rocks on it now, man. And it's all right. But don't lock your children into a way that they can succeed. Google it. How many words do the common person use a week? Like, they say most people in my communities use 200 different words a week. Do you think that limits you in life and sets you into a mode, a program? Add value. It's the easiest way to add value to yourself and increase the possibilities of your future. Let's incorporate and equip our children with the knowledge to fully understand things that we can't grasp. Our children should know what foods are doing, what their organs are doing in their body. Like, specifically, they should have a clear understanding. Let's say the programming. Because I fear that with more and more labeling, we label people. We are boxing everyone into a corner of programmed groupthink. Let's stop that. I love you. Peace.